Hi, it's Kieran Lobates here, and today I thought I would talk about digital signing, explaining it from a high level and also explaining how it's used in blockchain. So digital signing is a way for somebody to approve a message or a payload. You get some data, whatever data, you take a hash of the data. That means feeding the data into a cryptographic hash function, which will output a fixed length block of data. So for the Keccak 256 hash that is popular in Ethereum, you get 256 bits. For the SHA-256 hash function, which is used a lot in Bitcoin, you get 256 bits as well. And the thing about cryptographic hash functions is that the odds of two different messages giving the same hash is incredibly tiny. For practical purposes, you can assume that any digital message will have a unique hash output. And then we use digital signing to sign that hash. In both Bitcoin and Ethereum, the signing algorithm is called the elliptic curve digital signing algorithm. You feed a private key and the hash into the signing algorithm and you get out something called a signature. Now, if you publish that signature, the hash and the message, anybody can verify that a given public key has signed the hash and therefore approved the message. And when you have a private key, you can derive a public key from it. That's something that, as its name suggests, you can show to the world. And that is how the system allows people with their private keys to sign messages that they can then use to prove their public key has approved or agrees with the message. And then the question is, well, what is the message? And in blockchain, the message could be transfer 1 ETH from my address to your address, and then the nodes will check whether my address has enough balance, and if it does, in the internal ledger they'll decrease my balance by 1 and they will increase your balance by 1. So that's the point of digital signatures in blockchain. It's to approve transactions. And in the next video I'll talk about digital signing and digital vouchers, the things that I mentioned before Richard Piacentini has been obsessing about for, as far as I'm aware, at least a decade. Anyway, that's today's short video on digital signing and why it's important in blockchain. Do go to cheqs.com, CHEQS.com, to find out how we're using digital signing and digital vouchers to make crypto transfers safer, less error prone and more secure. I hope you found this video interesting, and I'll see you in the next one soon. Bye for now.